Welcome to day 23 of my 30-day water fast. I'm Dave, and this is Dave Does Life. So today I wanted to talk about something that really kind of caught me off guard, but in hindsight, it really shouldn't have. I've lost just over 20 pounds during this fast, and overall, I look thinner. I think my neck and face is thinner, arms, legs for sure. But the belly, man, it looks far more pronounced than it did before. It's still there, but the rest of the body has shrunk. So, uh, to be honest, it looks kind of weird. Sorry, I had to let my dog out of the room. But yeah, the belly just looks really odd, like it's a basketball stuck on a stick man. I gotta be honest, it messes with your head. But what's going on here is I'm realizing it's it's pretty straightforward if you understand it. When you lose, pardon me, when you lose weight quickly, especially through fasting, the body doesn't lose weight evenly. The easy fat comes off first, your face, uh, upper body, your limbs, that stuff comes off really easy. And the fat that's left, especially at my age, tends to be lower abdominal, visceral fat. And visceral fat is far more stubborn. It's more insulin resistant. And, it's usually the last place to go. So what happens is everything around the belly gets smaller first, which isn't ideal, but that's the way it is. And then the belly has to catch up to the rest. So this creates some weird visuals, like contrast, where the belly starts to look more pronounced than it did before when you started, even though there's less fat there than there was before. It's just it's an odd situation, but it's completely normal. It's just something that I have to work through. Now, this is kind of the part that nobody talks about, that during a long fast, muscles become flatter, uh all because all of the glycogen is gone. And the abdominal wall isn't being pulled in by muscle tone or food volume or even skin elasticity, that kind of thing. So what I'm seeing here isn't is it's not a failure, but I'm in a transition phase. It just looks really ridiculous. um I got to chuckle at myself here because standing in the mirror this morning when I did my weigh in, uh, by the way, while I've been doing this, I started back on day one. Every single morning when I did do my weigh in, I have a small, I don't use my phone for it. I have a small uh, camera that I just leave in the bathroom, and I take a front selfie and a side selfie every single day, just so that I can look back and be reminded of what I used to look like before I started this. And I'm going to continue doing that every single day for the entirety of 2026. And at the end of the year, December 31st, I'll compile all of those pictures into one montage and see the progress I've made for the whole year. but I digress. I've gone off on a tangent here. So again, what I'm seeing, I don't really consider it a failure. It's like I say, it's this transition phase. Now, importantly, it it's the body isn't creating fat, although it looks like it. The rest of my body is quite skinny at this point. It's just exposing what's sitting there, and what is sitting there is the hardest to get rid of. So I've decided that I I don't want to have it as a goal to, make this situation look better through, posture or camera angles or wishful thinking or anything like that. My goal's actually to remove this belly fat. It's got to go. It's going to take time. It's not going to happen by the end of this fast. I've only got 7 days left here. I want it gone metabolically. Um, and that matters because the way you do this is very different from just chasing the scale or fasting harder or trying to hide what's there through posture and whatnot. I've learned that this kind of stubborn belly fat usually does not disappear during one long fast. When I did the 42-day fast, I still had a bit of a belly there. Even though when I started that fast, I was only 178 pounds, I think, when I started it. There was still some belly fat there when I was done the 42 days. So my plan for 2026 is quite simple. Uh, to start off after this fast is refeed and stabilize. Once I get stabilized, I have to concentrate for the remainder of this year to eat enough protein. Protein is absolutely critical. I need to maintain my weight once I hit my goal. My goal is 165. So I won't be doing calorie deficit once I hit that 165. Even though I've got to get rid of this belly fat, I will be on a maintenance diet. And also included for the rest of the year is one 36-hour fast every single week for the remainder of the year. So how that's going to work for me is I just don't eat on Wednesdays. That's just the plan. I will finish my meals and snacks and whatever I'm having on a Tuesday night, and then I will eat again on Thursday morning. That works out for me because if I did a 24-hour fast, that 24 hours would end up on Wednesday night, and I'm not going to eat right before I go to bed. So I might as well make it the 36 hours, which actually works out metabolically better than a 24-hour fast. So it works out. I go to sleep Tuesday night, done. Wake up, water fast for one day, Wednesday, done. And then Thursday morning, I'm back to breakfast and everything's routine. I'm going to be doing that for every single week for the remainder of this year. And what I've done is based that on what the research shows and what people actually experience. This is an insulin reset every single week. And that leads to a meaningful reduction. But it's going to take over 3 to 6 months to actually see that. So it's not days or weeks. And really that's the timeline that I'm committing to. Quite frankly, they're saying 3 to 6 months, but I'm giving it this entire year. I don't want 6 months to come by and end up with a giant disappointment. So if you're seeing something similar where the scale's moving, but the belly seems to be lagging behind, you're not broken. You're probably just in that awkward middle phase. And it's ugly. It can be humorously ugly, but this is just the middle phase. So, I'm documenting this honestly. I'm being straight, not because it's flattering, but because it's real. And I will keep updating as the year goes along. I'll give you what I plan for this channel as the fast ends. Like I say, I've still got another 7 days, and I'll update you on what the plan for this channel is. And so that's where I am today, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, 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 oh. Dave does lie.